Well, essentially, Bev, they've made this decision to allow some degree of spectators, the 50% of a venue capacity or a cap of 10,000, whichever is the lower of those two. And the way that they believe that they can confidently and safely enforce this is by asking all of those spectators to wear masks at all times when they are inside the venues. And also, there won't be any shouting or cheering or anything like that. They'll be asked to clap or perhaps wave a paper board to make a bit of noise, and that will be really interesting. It'll be great for the athletes to have some spectators in the stands, but you won't have the wild, raucous cheering that we've come to expect from big stadiums and big events like that. It's been quite interesting to see and experience that, because a lot of the rules along the Olympic torch relay, which we've been covering here in Japan, have had similar requirements. Masks, clapping only, polite clapping, and that's about it. And you don't necessarily get the same kind of atmosphere or excitement that you would expect. So organisers have tried to put things like taiko drums and had music to kind of generate the enthusiasm that you would expect normally from one of those big events like a torch relay. That said, the alternative, I've been to a couple of test events that haven't had spectators at all, and it's an eerie, unusual environment. You can hear all of the competitors yelling and their calls to one another, and then all of a sudden the booming announcer comes over the PA and it sort of echoes throughout the stadium. That is unusual. So I think to have some spectators in the stands making some degree of noise, just clapping, will be certainly a great thing for the athletes. At least they'll be feeling like they're competing in front of people and not just cameras and the IOC and some venue officials.
Yeah, it will take some confidence for people to come as spectators, I'd imagine. And of course, there's always the possibility that it will cause something of an outbreak. What's the fallback position should there be an escalation in infections?
Yeah, so public health experts have raised concerns. In fact, they've recommended that it's safest to not have any spectators at all. Japan's top coronavirus advisor, Dr. Shigeru Omi, last week put out a series of recommendations saying that it's safest not to have spectators at all. Nevertheless, organisers believe and point to the rules that they've got in place and other successful sporting events that have been held as a reason and why they should be able to safely have spectators. Japan's Prime Minister this evening, though, said if Tokyo is in a state of emergency, for example, if infections increase, that the possibility is they might go back to banning local spectators. They already banned foreign fans earlier this year because it was going to be very difficult to allow them to come into the country. And if Tokyo is in a state of emergency, it will be possible that that domestic spectators could be banned as well. The challenge will be responding to that quickly and getting across the infection situation and watching those trends happen, because of course there is that 2-week lag time before you start to see the infections start to increase significantly. So organisers are aware of this, say they're aware of this, and will be monitoring the infection situation closely. And no doubt many other public health experts will be loudly explaining what they believe to be the best and safest option as the games begin. And it's around a month away, so not long at all.
Interesting to see as it unfolds. Great to talk, Jake. Thanks so much.